Yes, there is freedom. So at 7 a.m., you wake up in the morning, you roll out of bed and wipe the sleep out of your eyes. You walk into the kitchen and you smell that brew of the morning coffee. It smells. You greet your family, and then you look outside, and it's a beautiful day, kind of like today. And you walk outside to grab your morning paper. As you walk outside, you hear a little chatter. Your neighbors are outside and they're talking. You don't know what they're saying, but you hear something. And you walk over down the driveway to grab your paper, and you see the morning dew is still on the plastic wrapper. And as you do that, you notice a sound hovering overhead, kind of a sound, but you're not sure what it is. And as you go to grab that paper, you pick it up and you notice that the neighbor's chatter is just a little bit louder. You're not sure what it is, but now you're noticing that all of the neighbors are outside. Everyone. And as you pick up the paper and you go to look up, and a small bead of sweat drops down your side of your face. And you look up into the billowy, cumulus clouds. Peeking through, you notice that that hum's not coming from a helicopter. And it's not coming from an airplane. It's coming from a UFO. It's happening. The aliens are coming to take over the world. But wait, you work for the Air Force, so you jump into action. You run in the house, you tell your loved ones, hey, it's time to go to work, babe, I gotta go. You race off. You go to the base, and after a long fought battle with the aliens, we are victorious. Yes. And the leader of the free world is on the microphones and on all the TVs across the land, and he says those beautiful words. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. Yes. Where's that from? What movie is that from? Independence Day. Yes. Great movie. But we're not really celebrating the aliens not coming to get us today, are we? No, that's not what we're celebrating. We have great fireworks. I saw some amazing fireworks last night at Amy's brother's house. Amazing fireworks. You would think you were at Disney World. They were so big. And they're just people putting them on. Anyone see any other fireworks last night that were really good? Right here? Yeah? Yeah? Where at?
My cul-de-sac.
Your cul-de-sac? Good, good. Fireworks are awesome, and I love fireworks during the 4th of July, right? But that's not really what we're celebrating, is it? So the question is, what are we celebrating? Some people say the 4th of July. Well, that's a date, but what are we celebrating? We're celebrating in 1776 when the Declaration of Independence was signed and those 13 colonies became sovereign states away from the British, right? We became free. We're celebrating our freedom as a country and as a people. We're celebrating our independence as a country and as a people. We're celebrating our will as a country and as a people. Today I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts on how those attributes, freedom, independence, and will, correlate to 3 of our 12 spiritual powers. That's what the writers of the Declaration of Independence were doing. So first we'll talk about freedom. Freedom is directly related to the spiritual power of power. Yes, the ability to have control over your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. That's spiritual power. I'll share with you a little story here. Back when I was 16 years old, I ran away from home. I did. I had an argument with my mom. I was totally upset. I wanted to get out of there. She went to her side of the house. I went to mine. And after sitting there in my room for a couple of hours with my thoughts and my feelings, I was like, I don't have to do this. I could just leave. I'll show her. I can do it on my own. Yeah? Anybody else ever done that before? Am I the only one? Okay, all right. All right, I was feeling alone up here for a second. So I did just that. Once it got quiet, she was on her side of the house and I was on mine. I packed myself a bag, walked over to my bedroom window, pulled it up, kicked off the shade, stepped out, and quietly slid the window back down. And I tiptoed through the wet grass. And behind our house was a big white wall, like 7 feet tall. So I had to jump on top of that wall, get on top, and then jump down to the other side. And when I landed, I was free. I was free. At least I thought I was. And as I walked those 5 miles to my brother's house, which is incidentally, my brother's house was my parents' house as well because they owned it. But that's where I went when I ran away. And I walked in, the whole way I was thinking, I don't have to do this. I can do it all on my own. I'll show them. And for a little while, I was free. And I expressed my power to be free. But of course, now when my parents found out where I was, they expressed their power to come get me and bring me back home. Now when I look back on that though, here's the funny thing. I wasn't using my spiritual power in that sense, because I was using it to hurt my parents. And I could have hurt myself as well. It was dangerous. That's not real spiritual power. Real spiritual power is when you have dominion over yourself, over your thoughts, over your feelings, over your actions. That's spiritual power. Amanda, can you give me that slide? 2 Timothy 1, verse 7 says it best. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. See, we have the Spirit of God within us. So there's no need for us to be afraid of anything. That's what it's saying. But it goes on to say this. We have a power, love, and self-discipline. We have that spirit of power within us and to self-discipline ourselves. That's what it is. That's the spirit of power. That's what we're talking about. And when those 13 colonies, when they chose to break free, they were using their spiritual power to do so. Next, we'll talk about independence. And of course, we're celebrating independence because we call it Independence Day. So independence relates to elimination. The spiritual power of elimination. Because if you're going to stand independent, if you're going to do something on your own, guess what? You're going to have to eliminate something from your life. You're going to have to eliminate some things you do. You may have to eliminate some of the people that you hang around. Amen? You're going to have to do that sometimes. That's elimination. I love elimination because it says, I eliminate any and all things that no longer serve my unfolding good. It just sounds good when you say it. I like that. I like that. And it's true. Back when I was in, back when I was about 20 years old. 20 years old, I used to go out and hang out all the time. Big partiers at the clubs all the time, did all that stuff. But now I don't do that anymore. I don't hang out anymore, it's not my thing. The things I found fun at 23, I don't really find fun at 43. It's amazing what a 20-year difference will do for you, right? You can say I've changed, I've grown up, I'm a different person. Or you can say, I've eliminated some things from my life that no longer serve my unfolding good. Let me put it to you a different way, like this. Our bodies are designed to eliminate waste, right? This happens automatically. And we do know that. I don't have to go into detail, right? Because when you gotta go, you gotta go. That's gonna happen, right? Okay, we know this. It's beautiful that we're designed that way. Now, when it comes to elimination, though, spiritual elimination, we gotta put in some work. You have to think about it to move those negative thoughts from your consciousness. Yes, yes. We have to put in a little work to do that. And Amanda, can you give me that? Yeah. It's all right. Matthew 6:34. I love to interpret this scripture. Therefore, you shall not be concerned about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be concerned for itself. A day's own trouble is sufficient for it. I love this because it's saying here, we're worried about things that are going to happen tomorrow when we're not even promised tomorrow in the first place. We may not be here tomorrow. We need to eliminate those kinds of worries from our life and focus on the here and the now. That's the most important thing. Not worrying about something that could happen tomorrow, when we might not even be here tomorrow. That's spiritual elimination. Eliminate the things from your life that no longer serve your unfolding good. And when the 13 colonies broke free, they did just that. They were expressing their power of elimination by separating those ties from the rich. Lastly, we're talking about will. Will is one of our 12 spiritual powers, right? Will is our decision making. It's what we do. It's our choices that we make. And I love this because I talk about this a lot when I'm sharing with people, when I'm talking to groups. I will end up saying this quote at some point in our conversation. People suffer one of two pains in life. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One of those two. We get to choose. I've experienced this myself in my own life. Back when I was in college, I played college basketball. Some of you know that. My sophomore year, I walked up to my coach and I told him, you know what? Coach, I don't want to play anymore. I want to go out to the real world so I can make some real money. I can't make money because I'm always playing basketball and going to school full time. Now, my coach was a tall gentleman. He was like 6'4", big guy. Coach Patton had little beady eyes and a bald head. And he did. The funny thing is, this coach was like 6'4", and so most of the basketball team looked up to him. Normally, if you see a basketball team on TV or if you've seen it in person, all the players look down on the coach. You ever see that? But not in our case. He was a big guy. But I told him, I said, Coach, I want to leave the team. He said, son, I don't think this is a good choice for you, but it's your will. I have to let you do what you want to do. And I did just that. Dropped out of school to go work and make some real money. Well, I spent a year making real money, working at USAID, bagging groceries. Yeah. Wasn't exactly raking in the dough, if you know what I mean. So after about that year, I decided this, you know what, I got to get my butt back in school. So I ran back to Coach Patton and said, please let me back in school. Let me get another shot at this. And thank God he did. He let me back in school. Back in school, back on the team. The important thing is I learned something from that experience. It was my choice. I chose to do it, and I chose again. And anytime you want to change your life, you've got to go through the sequence of change. You have to go through the sequence of change. And I'll share the sequence of change with you quickly here. Let me go to this side. Sequence of change. First, you got to change your beliefs. The question is, what are your beliefs? Those are things that are already ingrained in you. You don't even know they're there. It's always been that way. You just do it. Now, in order to change your life, you've got to be able to change your beliefs. Once you change your beliefs, you can change your thoughts. We know we can change our thoughts, right? Thoughts become things. Choose again, right? If you want to choose a different thought. So once you change your beliefs, then you change your thoughts. Then you can change your actions. Extremely important. You don't make a true decision until you've changed your action. Am I right? You got to change your action. Now, most people want to jump straight to the action. They want to change an action without changing their belief, but you can't do that. You ever seen it happen? I'll tell you when it happens. Every first of the year. You go to the gym, it's filled with people. On January 1st. On January 30th, half of them are gone. Why? They changed their action without changing their belief. So they fell right back into their original belief. That's what I mean. The sequence of change you must go through. That's how you change your life. That's will. I want to read something from you from Jim Rohn, one of my favorite speakers. And this is what he says about choice. Each of us has two distinct choices to make about what we will do with our lives. The first choice we can make is to be less than we have the capacity to be. To earn less, to have less, to read less, to think less, to try less and discipline ourselves less. These are the choices that lead to an empty life. These are the choices that, once made, lead to a life of constant apprehension instead of a life of wondrous anticipation. And the second choice is to do it all. To become all that we can possibly be, to read every book that we possibly can, to earn as much as we possibly can, to give and share as much as we possibly can, to strive and produce and accomplish as much as we possibly can. All of us have the choice to do or not to do, to be or not to be all or less or to be nothing at all. That is our will. That's a spiritual power of will. We have the choice. And when those 13 colonies broke free from the British in 1776, they were expressing their power. Well, they made a choice to be free. And isn't that what we all want? We all want to be free. We all want to make our own choices in life and do what we want to do. Take our lives to where we want them to go. Yes. I've got good news for you. We're already free. As a matter of fact, we were born free. Give me that slide here. In Galatians 5:13, you, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free. See, in the Bible where it says you were called to be free, God doesn't call the qualified. God qualifies the called. So if you're called to be free, you're already free. But do not use your freedom to indulge in the flesh, rather serve one another humbly in love. That's what we do. Instead of serving ourselves, find a way to become of service. And when we do that, we find our freedom, we find our joy, we find our compassion, we find our love. That's where we find it at. Yes, we are born free. Can you give me that next one? Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Yes. So the question here is, where is the Spirit of the Lord? Within you and me. We have the Spirit of the Lord within us. You are born free. That last one there. John 8:32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Now, I love to say this because Reverend Virginia will say, first, the truth will tick you off, right? And it probably will, but the truth will set you free, and the truth is within you and within me. You are the truth. You are the sons and the daughters of the living God. You are the face to God. Every person that you meet every single day, you are the truth, and you are born free. Yes. So as we remember and celebrate our freedom as a country today, let's also remember that we were born free. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. Yes. My name is T.Y. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you today. And as always, allow the universe to work in your favor and be blessed.